Hi everyone, it's Joanna, and today I am so excited to share with you 10 out of 10 latest gems. I am currently loving these perfumes and I'm recommending them 100%. These are the standout of all the fragrances that I've been trying out lately. And basically, they just blew me away, guys. By the way, if you're new here, my name is Joanna and I do reviews and recommendations of affordable and luxury fragrances. If you're interested with that, then please continue watching and maybe consider subscribing. Now, without further ado, let's get this exciting video started. I'm gonna start off with a fragrance that has been around the market for quite a while. However, I only discovered it this year. I've talked about this as my current obsession, I think 2 months ago. And it's just that during that time, I didn't have a big bottle yet, but now I do. And this is called Iris Shot by Olfactive Studio, right? Look how chic and classy this bottle is. What is this fragrance? If you're an iris lover, I highly recommend you trying this one out if you haven't already. Oh my God, this is like an iris and suede leather kind of scent that smells so elegant. This, in the opening, seems very spicy because of the cardamom. However, as it dries down, it becomes very soft, powdery, and buttery iris that is perfectly blended with almond and some suede. I love this fragrance. This to me smells very luxurious. It's not your typical iris dominant fragrance. When a fragrance is heavy in iris, it tends to become either extremely makeup-y or vegetal. This one is not. This one is a powdery, buttery, soft kind of iris that is to die for. The final dry down of this fragrance is buttery iris with a hint of almond and a touch of suede that is a little bit bitter as well, just enough to make this fragrance luxurious and complex. When it comes to longevity and projection, this is amazing as well. I can see this as a signature scent because in my opinion, this is easily wearable the whole year round. Unisex, yes. However, it is leaning more feminine. It is so unique that I don't think I can compare it with any other fragrance that I've tried. But one thing's for sure, this is definitely in my top 10 for life already. Yes, that's how good it is for me because it just smells so unique and elevated, and yeah, definitely blew me away, guys. Highly recommend you trying this one out. Iris Shot, and this is from the brand Olfactive Studio. And I'm so happy to share with you guys my affiliation with this brand, as I have a discount code that you can use in case you want to check this one out or other Olfactive Studio fragrances, because they have very, very good ones, okay? However, in this video, I'm just gonna talk about Iris Shot because this is my favorite. My discount code will be Joanna10 as usual. It will give you 10% off with your purchase. Next fragrance is Besos from CARNER, Barcelona. This fragrance definitely suits a clean girl aesthetic. And what can I say? This is basically a soft and a little bit powdery scent that just smells so clean. So for example, you enjoy Blanche by Byredo or musk from Kayali, you will definitely love this one as well. There is nothing groundbreaking when it comes to scent about this fragrance. However, the lasting power of this fragrance is close to beast mode, which is unusual for a floral musky fragrance, guys. I was shocked. I remember that I sprayed this in the morning, and in the afternoon I started spraying other fragrances. And guys, Besos is the one that stood out, okay? That's how long lasting it is. I'm definitely shocked. This is heavy again in iris, jasmine sambac, and musk. Those three notes are the most prominent to my nose. And yeah, what can I say? I love it. It just smells clean and easy to reach. Actually, it's Miss Potoki here in YouTube who introduced me to this fragrance. I think I saw it in her video, and she mentioned that this is like an underrated fragrance from CARNER Barcelona. And guys, I must admit that yes, I agree with her. A floral musky scent that lasts like for 8+ hours without overspraying. To me, that is something big. You have to check this one out. And by the way, since I'm talking about Besos, I just want to let you know that CARNER Barcelona will be having their Black Friday soon on November 24th until 26th. And basically, you will be able to get a 50 ml of this fragrance, Besos, for every purchase of 160 euros and above. And my code Joanna10 is still applicable even if you receive the 50 ml Besos, okay? So yeah, I think that is such an exciting news because if you're watching my channel, you know how much I love CARNER Barcelona because I vibe with their fragrances, okay? And I think that this is the perfect time to try their fragrances. Why? Because you know that their fragrances are also available in 15 ml, and you can avail this miniature set that has three 15 ml, and it looks like this. It looks so cute, okay? These three fragrances cost around 90 to 95 euros. And guys, I think that this is perfect to explore the brand, and also you can do a lot of things with these 15 ml fragrances. You can either give it as a gift or like keep it for yourself. Those 15 ml are so good to travel with. So I really think that it's worth it to try miniature set and get a 50 ml of whatever fragrance that you want to have from CARNER, and you know, get the free 50 ml Besos and still get a 10% off on top of that. So that's about it. Besos from CARNER Barcelona. All right, next fragrance is another obsession of mine, guys. This is Tonka Extraordinaire by Experimental Perfume Club. If you watch my channel, you know how much I adore this fragrance. If you are into nutty and ambery kind of fragrances, look no further. You have to check this one out. This is heavy in sesame, almond, and hazelnut. You will definitely feel the nuttiness of this fragrance. It's perfectly blended with the warm amber, frankincense, myrrh, and labdanum. Guys, this fragrance is so beautiful. And I think that this is perfect in the colder season. This is rich, this is warm, sensual, yet wearable. I highly recommend you checking this one out if you are into nutty fragrances, okay? This, I think, is a combination of two fragrances from EPC, which is Tonka Sesame and Amber Iris. And guys, this is so good. This is definitely my favorite from the brand, along with Rose Charcoal and Black Nagarmota. Oh, those are like really, really good. I'm obsessed. This to me is like hug in a bottle, lasts for a very long time, around 6 to 8 hours, unisex with moderate projection. Tonka Extraordinaire by Experimental Perfume Club. Also, I have a discount code as well for this fragrance, which is Joanna10. Next up, wow, is a fragrance that I am currently obsessing, especially at night. And this is Turmeric Latte from Lush. Guys, this fragrance is so addictive. The note breakdown is so simple. It basically has tonka bean, vanilla, benzoin, and turmeric. And that is what you're gonna get out of this fragrance. This to me is like a combination of Parfums de Marly Herod and Tobacco Vanille by Tom Ford. However, the spice that is in this fragrance is only turmeric. I won't consider it as like a spicy fragrance because the turmeric note in here is just like a dash. This is basically tonka bean, vanilla, and benzoin. I know I also referred to Herod to be very similar with this one. However, this one doesn't have tobacco and you won't get that tobacco note as well in here. This is like a more natural version of Herod, okay? Imagine a Herod in the most comforting vibe. Yeah, then there you go. You're gonna get Turmeric Latte. I love wearing this at night as, I don't know, I feel like comforted every time I wear this. I can imagine myself wearing this as well, like to go out, but you know, in a more casual situation. This fragrance to me smells very cozy, yet dark and sensual. Look at the color of the juice. That is basically the vibe of this fragrance. It is so good. However, I think this is a limited edition, so you can only buy this during this season. So yeah, check your Lush website and this might be available now, but not for long. When it comes to longevity and projection, this is amazing. 6 to 8 hours, guys, and very unisex. Yeah. Highly recommend Turmeric Latte by Lush. Next up, guys. Oh, I'm so excited to share this with you. This is called Antique Brown by Zara. And oh my God, this is so good. I visit Zara shops often because, you know, I like to check their new fragrances to share if there's like anything new. And guys, this to me is one of the best releases of Zara this year. Yeah, I think this is released this year and nobody has really like talked about it yet. This is so good. This is in the men's section. However, guys, this is easily unisex. This has coconut water, bergamot, honey, tobacco, amber, rum, and praline. And to me, this smells like a feminine version of Naxos by Xerjoff. It is resinous and woody because of that tobacco, amber, rum, and honey. However, it has that fresh and creamy coconut water that is so addictive, guys. I love this fragrance. This as well can be easily in my top coconut fragrances. I mentioned that it's the feminine version of Naxos. However, it is not a dupe of it, okay? I am just referring to Naxos because of some similar notes, but they don't smell similar at all. But it's kind of like giving me the same vibe, okay? This doesn't have lavender. You know what I love most about this fragrance is the praline note. That, you know, sticky praline that is added to the coconut water, tobacco, rum, and honey. It is addictive. This can easily be worn all year round and unisex as well. When it comes to longevity and projection, guys, this is quite good too. Let's say it lasts for around 4 to 6 hours. However, the first 2 hours of this really radiates on the skin, okay? It has a strong projection during the first 2 hours, and you know, of course, it dissipates as it becomes skin scent. I highly recommend you checking this one out because it smells expensive. Come on, this is like 20 euros for a 100 ml bottle, and it definitely smells more expensive. If you've tried this one, please let me know in the comments down below if you love this as well. Yeah, because nobody is really talking about this fragrance. Antique Brown by Zara, and by the way, this is the most affordable scent in today's video. Next fragrance is 1970 by Rosendo Matteau. And if you're watching my channel, you know that I raved about this fragrance from my recent haul because it is that good. This is a very elegant gourmand, okay? This starts off very warm, spicy, and earthy, and as it dries down, the chocolate slowly bakes through. It's so beautiful, guys. Very complex, yet very wearable. If you are into chocolate dominant perfumes and you want a chocolate dominant fragrance that doesn't smell like literally chocolate, I highly recommend you checking this one out. This is such an elevated take of a chocolate gourmand fragrance. I've tried the 4 new releases from Rosendo Matteau, and this is my favorite out of the 4. Yeah, hence I have the bottle. The opening of this is very spicy though. What I mean by spicy is that it's a mix of cooking and fall spices, okay? I kind of get like some cumin, coriander in here. However, it is mixed with some cardamom, I think, and cloves. But the dry down of this, guys, is just definitely luxurious chocolate powder with the warmth of tonka and amber. You definitely have to check this one out. When it comes to longevity and projection, this is not a beast mode level like Rosendo Matteau's number 5. However, it lasts for a very long time, around 6 to 8 hours, and with moderate projection. I consider this a unisex fragrance as well. And also, I know that this is not easy to find, but I found it at Rafinad's website, okay? And I have a discount code for Rafinad, which is Mercado. Yeah, and you can use that code to save. Yeah, so that is 1970 by Rosendo Matteau. The next fragrance is a fragrance that I haven't talked about yet in my channel, and this is called UNE D Apogee. And this is from a brand called Violet. I heard about Violet for quite some time now. However, it's not a niche brand that is easily accessible, okay? And I found this brand as well in Rafinad's website. And I've tried a lot of fragrances from Violet, because, you know, I was hearing like a couple of hits from the brand. And to me, what stood out the most is this fragrance. Oh my. If you love iris and tobacco in a fragrance, you definitely have to check this one out. Oh my. I find this fragrance extremely complex and unique. Let me read you the notes. This one has tobacco, hay, mimosa, suede, iris, cashmeran, sage, leather, ambroxan, cedar, and labdanum. That sounds like a masculine fragrance, right? Guys, this one is not. This is very complex. It starts off like very dry, musty, and fuzzy because of the tobacco, hay, and mimosa. This smells as well like very green and vegetal iris mixed with the dryness and fuzziness, okay, of the mimosa, hay, and tobacco. And, you know, as it dries down, it becomes softer and more powdery. It is beautiful. And, you know, what can I say? A 10 out of 10. Extremely unique and long lasting. In the dry down, this is like a soft and powdery iris, perfectly blended with smooth leather, suede, and cashmeran. I know the notes seem very masculine, but to me, I find this fragrance very feminine-like. It is such a sophisticated scent that is unusual. You have to check this one out. I'm so happy that I discovered this from Rafinad as well. So yeah, you have to get your nose on this one. Yeah, Air D Apogee by Violet. Next fragrance is the newest release of Mr. Theodoros Kalotinis, and this is called Caramel Oud. Yeah, and what can I say? If you've tried any Theodoros Kalotinis fragrances, you know that it is going to be photorealistic. To be honest, when I saw that he's launching this new fragrance, I was excited, however, a bit hesitant because of the oud note in here. But guys, okay, hear me out. In order to appreciate this beauty, you must love caramel, saffron, and even like leather, as I am getting some leather nuance as well from this fragrance. The oud is very soft. Let's say the oud in here is kind of like 10%. So to my nose, this smells like 70% caramel, 20% saffron, and 10% oud. So having said that, the caramel is very prominent to my nose, okay? And the kind of caramel that is in here is like caramel candy that is called toffee. I think it's called toffee or toffee. So it is that caramel candy nougat. That is the kind of caramel that you're gonna find in here, okay? It is sweet, like gooey. So you have that kind of caramel that is very, very potent. And then you get a bit of spiciness coming from the saffron and sexiness from the oud wood in the base. I think in order to enjoy this perfume, it has to be extremely cold outside and you don't overspray. I think it has to be maximum 4 sprays, okay? And also you must be into caramel and saffron oud kind of fragrances in order to enjoy this fragrance. To me, I find this an amazing, amazing fragrance. You know why? Because this bad boy over here is a beast mode performer. And guess what? This is 45 euros, okay? 45 euros for a caramel oud fragrance that lasts forever. And it is very, very unique, guys. I haven't smelled anything like this, so I really appreciate this fragrance. And I will highly recommend it if you are into gooey caramel that has a lot of sensuality. Caramel Oud, definitely Winter Gourmand by Theodoros Kalotinis. And by the way, caramel oud is very unisex, guys. Next up is a very hot fragrance right now, and of course, because it is hype for a reason. And this is called Cherry Ambition by the Seven Virtues. What can I say? This is a cherry dominant fragrance, okay? Hence the name Cherry Ambition. However, this one has a very prominent saffron note. And I think it is that saffron note that makes this one different from the rest of the cherry fragrances out there. I read in Fragrantica, and also I heard people in social media comparing this to Kayali Love Fest. And yes, I must say that they are quite similar. I have Kayali Love Fest and I tested them side by side, and Love Fest to me is definitely sweet and synthetic in the dry down. However, Cherry Ambition dries down to a very sensual and expensive smelling cherry fragrance. I wore this the other day and I was just really feeling myself, you know. I don't find the cherry here sweet because actually what I'm getting here is like juicy sour cherries that is combined with heavy saffron grounded by Gaia wood. I know that there's a lot of cherry fragrances out there. However, for me, in order to like a new cherry fragrance, it has to be something different, okay? And what I mean by different is that it has to be at least like less syrupy sweet, and Cherry Ambition does that. This smells very chic to me. I love wearing it when it's like a bit cold outside. Now is definitely the time to rock Cherry Ambition by the Seven Virtues. And also, like, I love this brand. I will always support this brand because it is just heartwarming to find such brand that actually cares not only for the environment but cares about the world. Yeah, so that is Cherry Ambition. Longevity and projection of this fragrance, by the way, is around 4 to 6 hours with moderate projection, and it is unisex, leaning more feminine. All right, so now the last fragrance is not a very new perfume. Actually, this has been launched many years ago. However, I just discovered it recently from Sommelier de Parfum Discovery Kit, and this is called Histoires de Parfums 1969. I hope I pronounced it correctly. I don't have a full bottle yet, but this is something that blew me away, and I just can't wait to share you about this fragrance. Maybe some of you are familiar with it already, but this is so new to me, and guys, I fell in love. This is so good that it is in the top priority of my to buy list. This fragrance is basically warm, spicy chocolatey fragrance. To me, this is leaning gourmand. Same vibe like Rosendo Mato 1970. This is definitely giving me an elevated gourmand vibe as well. In the opening, this has sparkly, fresh peach with lots of cardamom and cloves. But then the dry down of this, guys, is chocolate flavored coffee with some rose petals and fall spices. It is absolutely beautiful. Another chic, elevated, sultry fragrance that I am vibing with. This is not a beast mode performer. However, it lasts for a very long time. It puts you in this beautiful scent bubble. Definitely a must-have for me. It's just giving me that sultry coffee and chocolate vibe that is just so good. This fragrance is unisex, by the way, and lasts for around 6 to 8 hours on the skin and on clothes with moderate rejection. 1969 by Histoires de Parfums. Yes, so that completes the video for today, guys. I know it's a long one because it's full of good stuff. Now, I want to know if you tried any of these fragrances and if you love them or hate them. I would love to know. And also, write me in the comments down below current perfumes that blew you away. You know that the best recommendations are always from you guys. Thank you so much for watching. I hope that you enjoyed, and if you did, don't forget to like and subscribe if you haven't already, and see you on my next one. Bye!